All right, all right. Giving this one more chance, ladies and gentlemen. Doc back again, once again. Foreigners and their second chance at life. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to come through, show some love real quick. Y'all make sure you get the likes up on the video. I had to restart it. Doc's been dealing with some glitchy issues with the computer lately, so my apologies. I hated to have to do this. I don't know who's coming in. Quite frankly, if you don't make it in for the live stream, you guys can always catch the replay. I know sometimes the notification doesn't always come through. But with that being said, I could just run this bitch like a podcast and we could definitely get it in. Shout out to my boy Chris. Thanks for being first in the building. I know we had some other people who were intrigued by the topic. Okay, I see we got 6 in the building. You know what to do, guys. Get the likes up on the video. At the very least, take care of that, man. Let's just hope that we hold up. I just closed out all of my applications. The only thing I got going right now is the StreamYard for me to be able to talk to you guys. All right. So let's hope and pray that everything goes well. All right. But it's good to see you gentlemen back in the building. Foregoing all of the formalities, we've already talked about getting the likes up in the whole nine. But I wanted to talk about a foreigner's second chance at life. Does going abroad, living abroad, visiting abroad give foreigners this second chance at life? Now, shout out to the originator of the video. You guys know who he is. He made a video about this probably a week or so ago, maybe within the last couple of days. And it showed up on my news feed. And I definitely found the topic of, the topic or the baseline of it to be absolutely interesting. I mean, a lot of us, not necessarily just young, not necessarily just old, not necessarily black or white or whatever, all of us in general. I believe that living abroad, whether it be in the Philippines, whether it be Brazil, DR, whatever, provides us as gentlemen a second chance at life. It gives us a chance to either do something over. It gives us a chance to do something that we did not do the first time in life. It gives us a chance to basically live a life that we've either thought about, fantasized about, and can finally actually live it. And in the particular video that I'm referencing today, he talked about it from the standpoint of being in your more mature years and giving yourself another chance to do things over. He talked about it from the financial standpoint, about how living abroad, more specifically in the Philippines, you have a budget that you could possibly stretch, that may not have worked for you in the Western world. In the Philippines, of course, it goes a little bit longer, so you're able to do more things. And then, of course, the culmination, aka the coup de grace of the entire topic. We're not going to focus on this one too much, but he talked about it from the standpoint of how the more mature gentlemen have a chance or the opportunity to basically talk to 20-year-old women, in Filipinos more specifically. And he said that's just something that is not common, of course, in any part of the Western world, where it would be okay for an elder gentleman or a more mature gentleman to be able to converse, approach, and talk to younger Filipinos. Okay. And that's where I'm going to leave it. All right. That's where I'm going to leave it from that particular standpoint, because I want to talk about it from a refresher point. You know how when your computer fucks up like mine did, you got to hit that refresh button. For me, I kind of feel like the Philippines and other foreign countries are allowing us to hit the refresh button. It is common for us to be run down by the monotony or the monotonous of everyday life in any part of the Western world. Okay. Whether you work a 9 to 5 and you just get that small window of vacation time and you choose to say, you know what, with this small little vacation time I have, I want to go to this country, whatever country it may be. It's almost as if you're hitting the refresh button. I do this often. I've been doing this for the last couple of years or so. You guys know I moved back home to the US about 2017. I didn't get a chance to visit the Philippines that summer, but that following summer of 2018 was the time that I came back to the Philippines. And then again, I had to separate from my young lady. I came back home for a brief moment. And now I'm back again. So again, every time that I came to the Philippines, it was more or less a refresh button. It was me hitting that refresh button, giving myself a damn, I'm glad that I got a chance to get this out of the way. I'm glad I got a chance to do this again. Now it's time to get back to business, time to hustle until I'm able to do it again. Now, we can sit here and have the conversation of if you want to live in the Philippines long term, you should get into doing something that will allow you to live in the country long term. If you're a younger gentleman, such as myself, if you are of the age of retirement, you've already reached those years, you've already put in those years of work that is required for you to, you know, earn your pension or whatever it is, you can just go ahead and make the move. Just make sure that the transition is smooth enough for you to the point where you understand what your budget is and what it's going to spend like. We've had these conversations before, but the way that I look at the Philippines, the way that I look at living abroad, it definitely is like hitting that refresh button. And for those that choose to live in the country, I kind of feel like this is my biggest fear for most people who come to live in the Philippines. The fear of, going through things too quickly. That's not necessarily the right wording, but let me figure this out. It's going through all of the activities that you know and love repetitiously, doing it so often, doing it so frequently that you get bored with it. You understand? That is my biggest fear for most foreigners coming to the country. So yes, it may give you that second chance at life, but I feel like if you do something continuously every single day, you start to become bored with it. All of a sudden, it's going to be like that second chance at life is no longer what you thought it would be. Yeah, I've been there. I've done that. I've been there. I've done this before. The Philippines, it does take some adjustment. I mean, it's not something that you're just going to come in the country and you're fascinated with it when you're here for a couple of weeks. But when you start to live here, it could be, an entirely different story. And that's one of my biggest fears for most foreigners moving out here, coming to the Philippines and actually choosing to stay long term. For those that know the country, for those that are interested in the culture, those that are interested in knowing things outside of just the women, you kind of get, you kind of get an idea that the longer you stay here, like if you're here for a short period of time, you get an idea of what you want to do and what you're interested in, and you kind of make it work for yourself. I cannot sit there and say that that's going to always be the case for everybody. Some people may find their joy in other countries. You understand? Some people may find their joy elsewhere. But ultimately, living abroad, visiting abroad, in its essence, is that refresher button that everybody pretty much needs. I think that it does give foreigners such as myself and you guys a second chance at life. It gives us a chance to relive a time in our lives that we wanted to, or it gives us a chance to say, you know what, I wish I would have done this, but now that I got the money to do it, I'm going to do it now. And I think that that's really what travel does for your average foreigner overall. I can't speak for everybody. I just know what travel has done for myself. And despite the women, or aside from the women, you understand, I'm trying to get away from just that particular narrative, but we have to take them into consideration as well. You definitely want female companionship, of course. Everywhere that you go, I kind of feel like you want one. I know that it is definitely cheaper to have one girlfriend as opposed to many, but in hindsight, let's be honest, going abroad gives you the opportunity to do that. That's something that is very rare, likely impossible to happen in the Western world. You're able to have 3 or 4 girlfriends at a time. I don't encourage it. I don't condone it all the time. I mean, if you're gonna have a girl, whatever. But again, whatever floats your boat. I'm just saying that when you do have the opportunity to do it, that is your second chance at life. Doing that in the Philippines is that second chance that you thought that you would never have. And kudos and shout out to the individual who made this particular video possible. He did it. I thought it was awesome. He covered it from probably a multitude of different perspectives, and he really did cover it very well. But from my perspective only, I feel like, traveling in general, or, visiting the Philippines a couple weeks at a time. Shout out to my boy Malcolm. I know he's on his way out here. A couple of other guys are making their trip out here to the Philippines soon, within the next month or a few weeks or so. So shout out to all of my guys making that trip, and shout out to all of them that are going to be able to hit that refresh button. take that well-needed vacation, get themselves started and motivated to get back to work. One of the things that I can honestly say about myself, being a more younger expat, I get very antsy. This is me. For all of my older gentlemen, you may not feel this like I do right now, and I understand why, but I get real antsy. I'm the type of person, I gotta work. I gotta make money. That's me. That's me. I always gotta find a way to make money. Again, how else am I gonna finance my trips? You feel me? So I'm constantly in work mode, even when I'm on vacation. So I'm constantly trying to find ways to make money, things that I could do, things that I've been doing for the past few years that have been able to sustain my travels abroad and stuff like that. I continuously do it, try to find ways to expand on it. But I'm always working, so I get antsy when I have a lot of downtime. And in the Philippines, since I lived here for 10 years, I've done a lot here, guys. I've done my fair share. I haven't been everywhere. I haven't been to all the islands, but I've been to a few. You know, so anything and everything that could possibly be done as far as activities that I'm interested in, I've almost just about done it. There are a couple things on my list that I didn't touch on, but you know, I've been there, I've done that in reference to all things Philippines. So when I have a lot of downtime, when me and the young lady we're not doing much, maybe just having a Netflix day and just binge watching some shows that we want to watch or whatever it may be, I get antsy. I gotta feel like, yo, man, I gotta work, man. This shit right here is just really getting me. It's getting me down. It really does get me down every now and again. And I don't know how it is for you guys. I feel like the 2-week, the 2-week millionaires, the 3-week millionaires, the guys that are there for months and below, they can knock out those activities and they'll be good to go. And yes, it does give you that second chance at life. But if you're living here, you can kind of get antsy. And I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys got to say. I see we got 15 watching. More than enough for the good doc. Appreciate y'all coming through and showing love. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button, caress it, molest it, de-stress all over it. It needs it. It wants it. Most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support the channel, please feel free to do so. Of course, I'm happy that you come through, spend a little bit of time with me today. And tonight I want to talk to you guys about the general aspect of, foreigners and their second chance at life. All right. Don't want anybody to think that I'm biting off of somebody else's video. I just want to expand on it and have a conversation with my audience about the ideology of traveling abroad, living abroad, visiting abroad, giving foreigners their second chance at life, giving them an opportunity to do the things that they probably wish they could have done, but now they actually have the opportunity to do it. All right. Thank you guys for listening, man, and get the likes up. All right. So my man Christopher the Win, all the way from my great state and city. Shout out to my boy SML. Yes, this is round 2. Doc's trying to make it happen. It seems like we're holding steady right now, but I don't want to jinx it. Rain Man, appreciate you coming through. Yeah, we're gonna rip that son bitch off like a band-aid, bro. I love it when I say that shit. I don't even know where it came from, but I'm glad that I'm here. Rain Man, appreciate you coming through. Cave Man, what's good with you guys? Appreciate you. Eddie Jackson, my boy. Tim Holden, appreciate you being here. Eddie says, I see the Philippines not as a second chance at life, but as another option or opportunity. And in its essence, let's talk about that, because I think that's a very interesting perspective. Eddie, I appreciate that one. You say that you don't see it as a second chance at life, but another option or opportunity. I think that comes more so from and I don't want to say a younger expat philosophy, because it's not that you have to be young to, have it. But I kind of feel like the second chance at life ideology might be something that is more so prone to the more mature, the more older expats when they've already reached the age of maturity and retirement and all of that. That's more or less a second chance, because like my man said in the video, you have some foreigners that are like, fuck it, man, I'm here to live out the rest of my days in the Philippines or wherever I'm going. I'm here to live out the rest of my days. And, when I kick the bucket, at least I'm going to kick the bucket, and go down swinging. I'm going to have my fun on the way out. And, I have nothing but respect for that. I kind of feel like the way that I see it, it is definitely an opportunity. And yes, the Philippines has treated me very well over the last years that I've been here, the decade or so that I lived there, but I do see it as an opportunity and an option as well, because I want to see other places. I'm not at that stage in my life wherein it's Philippines or nothing at all. I don't want to just put myself in a box. Yes, I do believe that I might settle here. like just have a place to, come back to here, because I feel like even if I'm gone, my expenses will always be minimal. Again, another reason why a lot of foreigners choose the Philippines. You can minimize expenses if you know how to spend. But I'm also looking at it as just one option as a place to go. There's other places that I want to see. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful islands that I haven't seen in the Philippines. There are beautiful places all over Southeast Asia that have been calling my name for some years to come. Doc just hasn't had the finances to make that happen, but we all have it in us to be able to choose where we want to go. You have the options, provide yourself the opportunity. So that is definitely a great point. It's not so much a second chance, but an option or an opportunity. I like that. I can fucks with that. My boy Smooth Riffs, appreciate you coming through. Rain Man said, I thought YOLO was what you talking about, second chance at life. You do only live once, man. I hate that fucking phrase, though. I hate YOLO. I really do. I think that shit is so corny. But again, utilizing it in this particular live stream tonight, again, I'm not going to say that you only live once. But it is true. So you're going to do the things that you want to do. If you want to have, 3 or 4 20-year-old girlfriends and you're 70, 75 years old, go ahead, man. Do it. Who am I to tell you what you can and cannot do? All right. Caveman says, on the third time in Manila, I got to date a 25-year-old Russian. Now, that's interesting. And I'm going to put up a video probably a couple of days from now that's going to expand on a couple of things and some thoughts that I've been having since I've been spending time in Cebu. That'll come out later. I don't want to talk about it too much now. It's going to ruin it. But it is about dating foreign women. All right. My man Chris says he wishes that he would have started traveling way sooner. I believe a lot of gentlemen, if they weren't military, a lot of my military guys, big salute to you guys. And I do appreciate your service. I don't care what branch you come from. Big salute to you guys always. My dad's military. My brother's currently active duty. So I got people who fucks, that are still in the game. But, a lot of the guys that are military, they've talked about where, they've been over 30 countries and stuff like that. They've been traveling, and it has been due to military, temporary deployment and whatever it may be, so they have seen different parts of the world. So, I kind of wish, and I don't wish, that I did join the military so I could have these experiences. But let's be honest, if I was in the military, I wouldn't be able to, speak freely, through a YouTube channel and be able to show you guys things. Again, when you do deployment, you're there to work and get it in, and you can't really let people in on your activities or what you're doing, because most of that stuff is not meant to be publicized. So it wouldn't have been any fun for me anyways to be able to, exercise my rights, my freedom of speech. You wouldn't have too much of that, especially if you're working. So, I do believe that the military does give you a chance to travel way sooner, but I'm happy to be able to create my own opportunities to be able to travel abroad, work as much as I need to, put that money in the pocket as I need to, make it happen, travel as I need to, travel when I want to. I like it. I believe that it's definitely something that has made me a better person. That's the one thing about traveling I can honestly say about most people. Not all people, but for most people, rather than traveling to foreign countries being a second chance at life, it gives you a chance of being a better person. I can't tell you what I would have been like had I just stayed in my small town in North Carolina. There's no growth here. There's no growth where I'm from. My boy Chris knows. Chris knows exactly what I'm talking about. Chris, if you know what I'm talking about, in our little city, there's very little growth. We got one mall and we make it happen. That's about it. So there's very little growth. Who would have thought that a small kid who had an opportunity to study abroad? All right. I had the opportunity to study abroad. I took it and I ran with it, and it was the best experience of my life. So for my gentlemen who are a little bit older, for my gentlemen who are past that moment where how can I say this? They're not past their prime, because that's a bad terminology to use. But for those that have made it to their elder years and still kicking it, they kind of look at the Philippines as that place to retire, get old, kick the bucket, and keep it pushing, and I respect that. That is an opportunity that a lot of people don't have. A lot of people really want. So if you're able to make it happen, man, do it. And trust me, you don't need a big budget to do it. A lot of my guys be over here talking about, Doc, is $5,000 good enough to live in the Philippines if I'm bringing that in per month? I said, bruh, don't even talk those numbers to me, man. I wish I had that. I wish on my life, I wish I had that type of access to that type of money. Bruh, tell me I can have $5,000 a month spending and it's going to be replenished at the end of every month. You talk about $250K to spend and have fun with, bruh, man, I would lose my mind. I'm telling you, man, I would lose my shit. You know, when you have access to money, it definitely does, change you. But yeah, anyways, back to the topic. I'm getting to these comments, man. My bad. But yes, we all wish we could have traveled sooner. I'm just glad that I had the opportunity to do it when I was like 17 or 18. That was pretty dope. My boy Charles, my boy Chaz, what's good with you, bro? Let's see who else we got. My boy Kim Jumbaraki says, I'm 28. I wish I could have came here when I was 21. Actually, man, there's not, 20, 21 or 28, man. I kind of feel like you're still going to do your thing. I kind of feel like, here's what I do realize, and I realized it a lot in myself when I was here the first time around. When you come to the Philippines, we can look at it as a second chance at life. But when we come to the Philippines, honestly, we're making up for lost time. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't care how old you are. Like my man said, you say you're 28, you wish you were 21. So you got that 7-year gap that you wish you would have traveled earlier. So all you're going to do when you actually get to the Philippines or get to wherever you're going, DR, Brazil, whatever it may be, Vietnam, Cambodia, you're going to make up that time that you miss. Everybody, that's the one thing that scares me a little bit about foreigners, because you feel like you got to make up for lost time. You're like, damn, man, I could have been here so many years ago. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to make up for the time that I missed out on now that I'm a little bit older. And I don't want you guys to get into that habit, but a lot of guys are going to do it anyway. So again, I don't blame you for it. It ain't nothing to really, trip over, but still, a lot of guys, whether you want to look at it as a second chance at life or not, is definitely a time where you're going to end up trying to make up for lost time. I do see that for sure. My man Trent Knight was good with you, bro. JR, what's going on? He said second chance at life is a boomer thing. Like what's his name? I've never really watched his videos, man. I'm sorry about that. K-Fed said Jollibee is some charm. That's how you got your Russian girl. Touche. Chris, I'm telling you, man, our little small town, man, we don't have shit to offer here. So for us to get out, for us to make it out of the city, man, that's a big thing. Shout out to the 2-6 though. That's my shit right there. I can't lie. That's where I'm from, and that is what it's gonna be. My man Eddie says, since you're in Cebu, have you been up to Top's restaurant? I have not been to Top's restaurant. Probably won't go. I've eaten at a couple of restaurants that were nearby where we're staying at. Nothing too expensive, nothing too extravagant, but Doc's just been keeping it low key over the last couple of days since I've been here. I'm not really going to do too much. We came here to see some friends. A friend of ours was supposed to get married. So that's the reason why we came to Cebu in the first place, to visit some friends. And then after that, check out some stuff. Not too much. I really didn't have any plans to go around. We'll see what we can get into. I can see what kind of videos I can create for you guys while I'm here. And if it works, it works. If it don't, I don't know, man. I don't know. My man Christopher says it's hard out there, man. He said that's why I started trucking to see different things. Even though my pops was Army, I've been in every state in America. Now I'm going to other countries. I said, hey, man, I kind of feel like that's where we start, bro. That's where we start. We start out with the seeing different states, seeing what we like, and then eventually we do make it abroad. Shout out to my other big brother from another. Y'all know him, my boy HT Logistics. He's a trucking guy. ET talks about it all the time. That's what his channel's all about. But definitely he's a brother that made it out overseas. So, it's good to see my brethren saving up their money and really, really, making things happen for themselves. And I kind of feel like if you are younger, like myself included, if you are a younger guy, you kind of got to make your way overseas. You kind of got to make your own way. You don't have a pension. You don't have anything to rely on. You kind of have to work and then find that time to squeeze in that time off. Like my man HT got his own authority. He chooses when he wants to work, when he doesn't want to. If you're a company driver, it may be a little bit different. You might have to fight for that time off. So, that's either or. It can always go a couple different ways. I don't know if I'm gonna celebrate Sinulog. God dang it, Sinulog. Kim Jong. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. When is it? Is it at the end of the month or something? I don't know. I didn't really have a plan to actually go to it. I mean, I've seen the advertisements for it, but ain't nobody about to throw no paint shit on me. I'm too black for that shit, man. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody about to throw nothing on me. Okay. I don't care for that stuff. So nah, I probably won't be able to make it like that. But it is what it is. Guys, I see we got 19 in the building. Appreciate all 19 of you guys coming through and showing love to the good doc. You know the rules of engagement. It hasn't changed since the beginning. I know this is 2020. So let's go ahead and get these likes up, man. 2020 at the very least. If you don't put a like on the video, first of all, you suck. But I would appreciate it if you took care of that for the good doc. If you want to support the good doc in all of his endeavors, y'all know what to do. You can support. Please feel free to do so. Of course, I am happy that you come through. Spend a little bit of time with me today. Now and then, I just wanted to share this dialogue with you guys real quick because I feel like it is something noteworthy. Sinulog, Chris, is like this festival. You should Google it because Google will tell you a whole lot better than me because I'm not a Cebu guy. I don't celebrate that shit. I do Kariawan. That's my shit. Okay. Doc does Kariawan. All that other stuff, I don't know nothing. Araudang Dabao and Kariawan, you asked me about that shit, I know all about it. But anything in Cebu, it's all new to me. You say it's the 19th, bro? Nah. I mean, I might still be here. The problem is, I just don't think I'm gonna celebrate it. Like, I'm not gonna go out and do anything with it. I probably won't even make a video about it if I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, I'm likely, possibly, maybe gonna still be here. I don't know. So my man says the third Sunday in January. I think is that the 19th? You might be right, man. I'm not sure. My man Rayman says, did you see the Makati police raid the Makati Palace Hotel along P. Burgos and save 13 women? Wow, 16 Chinese patrons were also arrested. Guess the Chinese owner did not pay the police. Wow, that's crazy. Shout out to my boy Malcolm. Appreciate you coming through. My boy MJ being the place to be. Kim Jong Barack, he says, I'm not down with that pain in my face. Bruh. Hey, bro. Shout out to my boy Jerry, Philippines and beyond. Much love to you, bro. I saw your recent video about traffic in the Philippines, though. I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, man, Kim, I mean, my boy Kim Jong Barack, don't throw no paint on me. I don't like people throwing shit on me. I don't care how I dress. Don't you touch me, bitch. That's my feelings, right? I'm a real antsy person. Like, I swear, even if the entire point of the festival and all of that stuff is to go out, like I think it kind of reminds me of that festival that they have in India, right? Where they do that like paint shit, a little dusty shit, whatever it is. Don't get me wrong. I need to be more culturally aware. I know. I just don't remember the name of what they celebrate in India where they do that exact same thing. But that's kind of what it reminds me of. And I don't like people touching me. But damn sure don't touch my face. Okay? That's my pet peeve. Don't put your hands in my face. That's why I can't go there. Because I'm going to be fucking fighting somebody because they would have put their hands in my face. And again, I have to be able to accept it because, again, it's part of the festival. And if you're walking down the street and you're in the danger zone or you're in what I like to call the conflict zone or the conflict area, you got to expect that shit to happen. And trust me, I just don't like people's hands in my face. I'm just going to keep it 100, man. Don't put your hands in my face. I'm going to slap that shit back like, yo, bro, get your hands on my face, man. Don't touch me, bitch. That's my thing. My own girlfriend don't touch me in the face. That's how truth I am. That's the truth. My own girlfriend don't touch me in the face. She might rub my head a little bit when I got a headache and shit like that. My girlfriend don't put her hands on my face. I trust her hands more than any other hands in the world. And you think I'm gonna let some stranger put their hands on my face? Nah, man. That's why Sinulog is not for me. I'm type dude be out there fighting people. Then my ass gets arrested, and then bye YouTube. Okay, I just don't have time for it. So nah, don't put your hands on my face. That's just a big pet peeve. It is what it is, man. I can't do it. Can't do it. Kim Jong, don't let your girl convince you to go to that shit. He said, I'm all its S's, flies and all. Hey, man, Malcolm, you want to do that thing? Do your thing, pimpin'. You be all right. My man Chris says, like my bros Viz, he said, we gonna give you that 910 ass kicking. You better believe it, bitch. All the way from the 2-6. Don't play with me, bitch. I'm very, very sensitive about touching my face. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I don't know where your hands been. You can't trust everybody's sanitary or sanitation tactics and shit. So that's why Cinelogue is not for me. I'm not even gonna record the shit. I don't care. Much love to them. I know I should be more culturally in tune. But Cinelogue, however you pronounce that shit, somebody give me a direct pronunciation so I get it right. I think it's Cinelogue. Yeah, you can miss me with that shit. I'm good, baby. I'm good with all that shit. My man Eddie Jackson says, shoot some videos of Mango Square after 10 p.m. Do you think the mean one gonna let me go to Mango Square, bro? Come on, man. And you know what I noticed though, when you bring out the video camera at night though, them girls like turn their heads and stuff. Like they ain't trying to be on camera, so I ain't trying to press the issue anyways. But it is what it is, bro. Caveman says being in the forest gave me the travel bug. Touche, man. Salute to you, man. And we appreciate your service wherever you're from, my G. I'm pretty sure they appreciate it. Raymond says the only reason that Makati Palace Hotel got raided was because they have not paid the right people. We can all believe what we want to believe. All right, Jerry, man. Enjoy that massage, man. Enjoy that massage. I ain't mad at you. Shit, I should get one myself. But ain't nobody I don't think I'm gonna be able to get away with that one. Chris says, bro, you said you got me dying laughing. Bro, I'm telling you, I don't like these people. I don't like people touching my face. That's a big pet peeve. All right, guys. But back to the topic at hand. All right. See, I kind of, let me tie it in real quick because Doc needs to make sure I do this right. Because again, it is my live stream. When it comes to foreigners and having that second chance at life, a lot of us want to partake and participate in activities that we may not have partaken or participated in, when we were younger, or maybe not have had the opportunity to do so. But sometimes the activities that you partake in may not be what you thought it was in the first place. It may not be as cool as you thought it was. Like people smacking you in the face with paint. Y'all think that's cool until somebody smack your ass and then you get angry. That's me. I'm that type of guy. Like, yo, man, let's go out here and enjoy Cinelogue, man. We only live once, man. We're only in Cebu once, bro. Let's go do it, right? Then I go out there and do it, and I start hating life, right? So, that's kind of my thing. And that's something that you have to learn to live with as an expat as well. You have to learn to live with the fact that you're not going to like everything. Like, I've come across plenty, and the doc means plenty of foreigners that hate Filipino food. I laugh at them. I'm like, damn, bro. How you gonna live in the Philippines and not like Filipino food? It kind of kills me, but I understand. You feel me? It's just one of those weird things. I mean, guys, let me know how you feel about that. Press 1 if you like Filipino food. Press 2 if you do not like it. I mean, just I want to get a quick survey on this. Work with me, okay? Press 1 if you like Filipino food. Press 2 if you dislike it. All right, because I want to get your feedback on this one because I think it's important. It's importante. And it works for me. All right. Let me write that down. Press 1. Because some of y'all crazy slow. And y'all be talking to yourselves. Hold on. Press 1 if you like. Let me type it out real quick. Philippine food. Press 2 if you don't. All right. Now let me just. There you go, bitch. Now post it. There you go. All right. So I want to get a quick survey of everybody in the chat tonight. Let me know. Press 1 if you like Philippine food. Press 2 if you don't. I want to get a quick survey. It's just going to help me to determine some shit. So just work with me. If you fucks with Filipino food, man, Daniel, you can't have both, bro. Okay, I understand. There are some Philippine food that I would never eat. All right. But if you can stomach it overall, like there are some shits that you like. Right. Okay, Daniel, I'm with you, man. I don't do balut either. But if you can fuck with some Philippine foods, just press 1. If you can't fuck with it at all, it just sucks for you, press 2. That's pretty much the point. All right, that's pretty much the point. We can't have both. But yeah, man, I feel you, man. Balut tastes like I can't describe it. It's a big no-no, even for me. All right, so I'm with you on that one, bro. I'm with you on that one. But I want to understand your thought process behind the idea of not eating it at all, but this being a country that you might one day, just hypothetically, you aspire to live in this country. How in the hell can you live in a country and not eat its food? That's my thoughts. That's what I want to know. It all ties into how a foreigner is having their second chance at life. You have a second chance at life, but you're still eating American food, going to these probably more expensive restaurants and things like that. How can this give you the opportunity that you wish you had back in the day if you're not willing to adjust a little bit or you're not willing to compromise a little bit? I understand that some Philippine foods can make you sick, like if your stomach is literally not prepared for it, then I understand. But if you're not willing to even give it a try, or I'm sorry, the shit just don't work for you, I'm trying to understand how can you, live and visit a country and not eat its food. That's like me going to Vietnam and not trying Vietnamese food, or going to Thailand and not trying Thai food. Now, my thing about Thai food is I don't do spice at all, to be honest with you. I'm not much of a spicy guy. And I know that the preparation of most dishes are pretty spicy, and I think the same is also in Korea. So I would have to, at least at the very least, figure out how to translate motherfucking no spice. I'm gonna have to be able to tell these people, look, I don't want my shit spicy. But again, I kind of feel like I'm trying to understand how you can come and visit a country and not, at the very least, indulge in some of its foods. That's why I'm asking the question. Just let me know. Just let me know how y'all feel about that one. Again, guys, there are some dishes that I can't mess with. I agree. There are some, but if we're talking about overall, how can you come to a country and not eat its food? So my man Kim Jong says he can only eat chicken adobo. My man Malcolm says he's leaning more towards the one. Chris says that he's had a couple of dishes, but he likes them. All right. My man Trent says, haven't had it, but I would like Philippine food for sure. All right. Touche. My man Chris says chicken and pork adobo is the shit. I'm with you on that one. He said Balut smells like a dirty belly button. That's kind of funny though, because it kind of stink. It do stink like shit. It does smell like some warm. It smell like body sweat. Now that I think about it, so touche on that one. I'm with you on that one, man. Malcolm, I'm not sure if I could do the fish sisig, but I would rather do fish sisig than pork sisig, because pork sisig is every part of the pork that they just chop that shit up and you just pray you don't know what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? You just never know what you're getting. So yeah, might have to work with that one. Chris, I'm with you, man. I don't do balut at all. You don't want to know what balut is. You need to Google that one. Chris, I'm gonna let you Google it, because basically what it is it's like an 11-week-old duck fetus. So basically it's like an egg, but the damn thing is almost about to hatch, but you just eat it before it hatches. That's it. This shit nasty as hell, man. It looks like the biggest turnoff ever. Then what they'll do is they'll even take the damn thing out of the shell. I've seen them do it, and they'll fry the shit. They'll batter it and fry it, and you eat it whole, beak and all, man. The shit wild, bro. The shit is wild. I can't do it. Caveman says, I was celebrated and I am Australian. Any reason to celebrate anything? Like I said, man, you only live once, man, but I ain't about to get smacked in the face, man. Y'all can miss me with that shit. I'm good. My man Malcolm says, am I the only one who feels like Little Caesars ain't all that fresh? I like Little Caesars because they got a cheap ass pizza. That's about it. Yeah, them $5 pizzas, man. I'm sorry, Rain, man. I'm with you, bro. Them cheap ass pizzas work all day long. Them Little Caesar joints hit. But the problem that I have with it is, like, when you let it sit, what happens is that shit get hard. Like that crust, that shit get real hard. Really, really hard. And I can't really fuck with it like that. Oh, pork sisig is the face. Look, man. Like I said, bro, it's something about. Look, I can't eat everything. I don't trust it. They say the face, Rain, man, but I don't trust it, man. He says, I actually have Filipino friends that hate it. Yo, yeah, there's a lot of Filipino people. My girl doesn't eat balut. She don't eat durian. Two things she will not eat. And I'm happy. That means I ain't got to worry about that shit smelling up my place. My man Jaws in Florida, what's going on? He says he's currently in Cebu, but he flies out tomorrow. Safe trip, my brother. Safe trip. Daniel Tanner says, someone tried to trick me into eating it, but telling me it's a regular boiled egg. That is BS. There is no such thing as a regular boiled egg. Not when you can't see what's inside of it, bro. Don't miss me with that. He said, till I opened it and saw the head of the duck at the bottom. That shit'll fuck your head up. Raphael Williams, what's going on, family? Raymond says, balut is good, but it's scary to look at. Don't look at it when you eat it. SJ, man. Shout out to my boy, Black American Expat. That man, he's eaten it so many times. It's like second nature to him. I personally can't do it, and I won't do it. It's just not for the good doc, but it might be for you guys. So if you're adventurous enough, knock it out. If this is part of your second chance at life in the Philippines, do what you do best. I can't. In certain places, man, they take shots of snake's blood. Like that's how you how can I say this? That's like, it's not a greeting, but it's like a show of goodwill. They'll pour you a glass of snake's blood and you gotta drink it in some places. And I don't know if I could do that. I don't want to disrespect nobody. I'm putting spec on everybody's name, but I ain't about to drink no snake's blood. You just gotta be careful. We all want that second chance at life, me included. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm still living my best life right now. I truly am. But, I feel like those that want that second chance at life, you might have to do a little bit to get it. So I'm going to tell you, might be a little bit of a sacrifice in some areas, what I will say. My man says adobo, sisig, and pancit is all good. I'm with you on most of that stuff. My man Malcolm says, I just don't like the local cheese. The extra cheesy burger at Jollibee is not all that. I don't do cheese like that, so nah, I miss it too. Rain Man, you crazy, bro. But look, durian to the max, nah, I'm good. Chris, man, you can try whatever you want to, my G. Raymond says there is a beloved restaurant area along the highway between Davao and Tagum. We stop there every time we pass by after a night out. Now, when you've been drinking, they do say beloved tastes really good with you when you're drinking and stuff. I agree with that. I've had a lot of people tell me that. So yeah, if you've had a good night out and you want to like kind of top off the evening, I see nothing wrong with you trying. But look, like I said, when you're drunk, it all looks the same anyways. So you could go for it. But let's be honest with each other. That shit is a little different. I mean, it might taste fine, but the smell and the look will throw you off. So you definitely have to be careful with that one. My man Malcolm says I eat the hell out of some lumpia and Shanghai rolls to the max, man, all day long. I'm with that. My man John says he needs to try the pork lechon. Is Cebu supposedly better than other areas? And yes, I'm with you, man. My man Jaws in Florida. I want to say that's right. Yo, have you ever tried Zubuchan? I fucking love that place. Zubuchan, Zubuchon, Zubuchan. Oh my god, it's the best ever. No MSG. It's like the cleanest fucking pork I've ever had in the Philippines ever, hands down. So you're right. In Cebu, they definitely have the cleanest pork I've ever had in my life. So yeah, I do agree with that. I've had that a couple of times since I've been here. Did a video on it, just didn't post it yet. But Zubuchan is the place to be, man. If you've ever been to Zubuchan, it is like a clean. It's kind of expensive, but it's definitely worth it. You can find those all over Cebu. I think when me and my young lady tried it, we tried it at SM Cebu. It was at the SM Mall. SM Cebu, I think. Yeah. I didn't remember seeing one in SM Seaside. That's a little bit further away from where we were staying at, but it was in like SM Cebu. It was on the ground floor, like at the bottom of SM Cebu. Yeah, that's where we tried it at. But they kind of have them in one in every mall. Sometimes they have their own standalone stall or standalone store. But just Google it. Try to find the one nearest to you wherever you are in Cebu. I'm not exactly sure of your location, but definitely Zubuchan is the shit. I think it originated in yeah, it originated in Cebu, but I think they do have some branches in SM North. I think in Manila. I think they have it, but I fucking love it, guys. I truly do. I truly do. My man Chris says, have you ever had snake wine out there? My homie bought some bag and actually had a snake in the bottle. Nah, man, I'm good. I can't look at it and drink it. I can't face it, guys. But like I was saying, man, when you come to the Philippines and you're looking for, that quote unquote second chance at life or that option and opportunity at life that you did not have earlier on in your life, it definitely opens your eyes to things that you probably never could have imagined. All right. 100%. You never could have imagined it. And when you can't imagine it, when you actually have the chance to live it, like my guys talking about drinking the snake's blood and, eating the balut and all of that good shit, you kind of don't want to miss that opportunity. So out of respect, I'm all for it, guys. If that's your game, do what you want to do. Doc can never shit on it, but I just can't see that being for me. Caveman, please don't talk about Vegemite. I know exactly what Vegemite is. That is an acquired taste for sure. I can't say that I've gotten past it. So a friend of mine gave me Vegemite 3 years ago, and I haven't gotten the taste out of my mouth yet, man. But it was my fault. I took a bigger spoonful than I needed to, so I fucked that up. That was my fault. They say you got to eat it very, very sparingly, but I made the mistake of actually taking a spoonful of it, and it was probably the worst thing that I could have ever done in my whole entire life. Yeah, I don't do Vegemite very much, but I tried it though. I mean, again, I took it off the bucket list, you know. But again, wherever you guys choose to be in the world. Now, for me, I like mango. I put mango on everything. I'll put mango on bread. That vegetable pea type thing. I love mango. Mango's awesome. I put that shit on top of rice. My girl makes it with this malansugi, the fish, and she'll mix it in together. Shit's awesome, man. It's fucking fantastic. But Rain man, you stupid man. But again, guys, when the Philippines is your second chance at life, or traveling being that second chance at life, or being that opportunity or option that you wish you had earlier on in life, it does create that intensity. It creates that passion. It creates that desire to want to do more. And I'm with you guys on that. Like I said, man, I'm all for it. I'm all for traveling, living abroad, all of that stuff being that opportunity that you wish you had earlier on in life. But now that you have the time to do it, do it. Please do it. Even if you don't live full time, just go somewhere new. I love the idea of being able to embrace a different culture. Again, I'm not going to take in all of the foods 100%. All right. Like I said, I have yet to try balut, probably never will. I have yet to try, well, quack wasn't bad. That was okay. That was just a boiled egg that was fried. I bit it. It was okay. Um, like I said, I've tried durian. Durian's not bad, but balut, I believe that's one of the more exotic things that I've never actually tried. I've tried a lot of strange shit in the Philippines. Some of it I don't remember. First time I ever had snails was in the Philippines. Escargot, yeah, I tried it first time in the Philippines. I was around my rich friends. It's a long story. Don't even know where the hell they got snails from. I assume it was good and clean because they ate it, so apparently it was fine for them. So it was good enough for me too. It was just chewy. But anyways, like I said, I'm willing to try different things at different times. There are just certain things that even I'm not willing to check off the bucket list. All right. But we do what we do best, man. We do what we do best. And what I encourage my foreigners to do, figure out where you want to go. If you're the type of person that wants to bounce around, I say create a plan and a goal for yourself, man. I want you to literally map out where you want to go. Okay, so I'm gonna spend about a couple months here. Then I want to travel over here. Then I want to, kick it over here. Then I want to go here. I want to go there. Map yourself out, and you'll be good to go for sure, for sure. Because I believe that settling down in one place, you only do that when you are 100% facts that you just don't want to see any other place. Once you've locked in on a place, locked in on a location, man, do your thing and keep it pushing. All right. It's kind of my final thoughts, bro. It's kind of my final thoughts. And if you guys have anything else to add, please feel free. Any questions you want to ask? I know you guys got to go on about your business. Most of y'all got to get up and go to work in the morning or do something productive with your lives while I roll over and fucking go back to sleep. I know it's the middle of the morning here, about 11:38. Didn't do my time check, but I got shit to do. I feel like taking a lazy day. I might do some work online, but that's probably about as much as I'm gonna do today. I gotta watch the Dave Chappelle comedy special again, Sticks and Stones. I'm gonna watch that probably again. Then I gotta finish up some video series that I've been watching on YouTube. So we'll go ahead and take care of that from there. Guys, give me a second real quick. So my man Daniel says, I realize that I'm happier in the Philippines. I think that's a lot for everybody. See, but that same rule doesn't apply to everybody. It's a lot for a lot of people, but it's not the same rules that apply for everybody. You guys know that there are some people who come halfway around the world, broke as hell, and they kind of mess up their lives and stuff like that as a result. We've talked about that before. We don't need to dive into that, but we do have some guys who may look at the Philippines and foreigners the Philippines and other foreign places as a second chance at life. But then again, you come over here broke, you come over here underfunded or with insufficient funds, you start to realize that that vacation that you thought was going to be awesome turns out horrendous or horrible for that fact, And I think that you definitely have to take all of that into consideration. Again, your finances can go a long way, but please believe you're not going to be a millionaire with a couple $100 in your pocket thinking you big balling. So Malcolm, enjoy your time in Angeles, bro. Spend time with your young king, man, and congratulations on the baby again for sure. Uh, my man said he going back in 17 days for sure. Caveman, you're right. Vegemite is definitely an acquired taste. Not sure if my taste is acquired for it. But again, like they say, never knock it till you try it. And I'm not gonna do that anytime soon. But I don't know when I'll ever get a chance to get to that stuff. So again, guys, I appreciate y'all coming through. My man said, what happened to old boy? I don't know, man. Last time I did catch a live stream recently. Probably about couple weeks back. I caught a live stream that said I think my man was trying to get in the trucking or some shit like that. He was going back home and he was going to get in the trucking. And then, of course, you got to realize that, with a channel like his and how hostile people were towards him and how people really came for the throat on the homie. What tends to happen is you kind of get away from YouTube. Again, I kind of realized over time that YouTube stops becoming fun and it stops becoming a way of doing what you want to do when people don't even give you a chance. Everybody's hostile and, being, a certain kind of way to you. YouTube stops becoming fun and you stop desiring to post videos, do live streams and shit because now you're constantly defending yourself. And then people are all up in your personal business. You don't have any personal, your personal time is gone. Everybody's trying to dig into your past, watch old videos, try to find out something about you, try to find something to exploit. That shit gets old and it gets played, guys. So I can understand when people choose to step away from YouTube because, again, YouTube in general is meant to be fun. Yes, granted, you run a couple of ads here and there, maybe earn a couple pennies, maybe you have some people that support you. That's cool too. That's awesome. But again, YouTube stops becoming fun. When for myself, when it stops becoming fun, I should say the game's over, man. I'm good with that. When it stops becoming fun, my dude, I'll walk away from this bitch quick. I'll leave the videos up, but I just won't post anymore. I'll let you know when the game is up. I'll let you know when the gig is up. I'll let you know when the jig is up. I'll be like, Doc, can't do this shit anymore. I'll let the audience know. At least I'll give you that benefit. When I'm done with it, I will let you know. 100%. I ain't gonna lead you on, but I just don't see that happening anytime soon because there's still a lot to talk about. I'm gonna try to diversify my video topics every now and again. I'm gonna try. A lot of people have been saying, Doc, can you talk about something outside of Philippines, topics and shit? And I kind of had to tell them, I'm like, look, man, this is what my channel is based about. I feel like this is why people come and listen to me talk. So I can't really talk about Philippine topics and then go into something completely different because then people are never going to understand what the channel is about. So that was my biggest fear. That's one of my biggest fear when it comes to talking about other subject matters that I can't tie in or relate to what my base channel is all about. That's one of the things that I don't want to do. If I could get away with talking about a multitude of different topics, things that people want to hear my opinion on, 100% sure. But once I start doing that and I start to get away from, what I built my channel on, it kind of becomes like, okay, so what the fuck is what is this channel about now? For all of the new people who come through, of course. So I just kind of have to figure out how that's going to work. I'm definitely going to try to bring in a little bit more diversity to the topic lines. Bring in some more current news and stuff. If that's what you guys want to hear my opinion on, I'll be glad to do so. Not a problem. Mm. Mm. um, but that's it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. I've spoken enough. I think Doc's gonna go ahead and call it. Let me go ahead and shout out my people. If you guys, how can I say this? Just if I miss your name, leave it down in the chat box and I'll make sure I get to it. Again, guys, likes up on the way in or on the way out. I would highly appreciate that. If y'all want to support the good Doc, buy him a Jollibee meal because he's hungry. Got my hand out tonight. I would be extremely happy. I look, I'm a chicken joy guy. I could do that. I could do a burger steak, 50 pesos, people. 50 peso burger steak. I'm gonna donate. It's going to a good cause. You see me over here starving. 2020, bitches. But shout out to my boy Trent Knight, my boy Rain Man. Much love to you, Malcolm. I see the Philippines is treating you well. Hope to see videos or pictures soon. Caveman, always a pleasure, my brother. Daniel Tanner. Much love to you, family. If I miss your name, leave it down at the bottom. My man Jaws in Florida. I want to believe that's what Jaws in FL stands for. My boy Christopher Lewin, my brother from my backyard. What's good with your family? Appreciate you being here. Kim Jong Barack, always a pleasure, my G. My boy Raphael Williams, always a pleasure, man. Thank you for coming through. If I miss your name, leave it down at the bottom. You know the rules, man. Stop playing like you brand new. Who else we got? We got my boy Frederick Mason from the great state of North Carolina. Okay, Raymond. Sinuluk. Yeah, Sinuluk, whatever the fuck. I don't care. You know I don't care. My boy Jerry, who was here earlier, man, went to go get that massage. Happy ending included. Shout out to my boy Eddie Jackson. Much love to you, brother. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the support, man. Appreciate the knowledge. My boy JR. Much love to you, family. My man Chaz, aka Charlie Sullivan, always a pleasure, man. Thank you for being here. My boy Tim Holden, always a pleasure. SML, always a pleasure, man. And I was everybody who was here earlier on. And now anybody who's come through a little bit later on, appreciate y'all being here. My boy Pedro, all the way from Canada. My boy all the way up from the up north. All right, man. Doc's had a good one. I'm gonna take a night off tomorrow for sure. I don't think I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow night, you guys' time. We might come back on Saturday full force. We'll see what's gonna happen. All right, guys, it has been fun. You know what time it is. It has been real, but I gotta get the hell up out of here. So with that being said, good Doc is officially out. At least Neko, paalam, which means I am going now. Bye bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.